Hello guys. Today is going to be part 2 of Solarpunk. I did kind of want to start out with firstly a housekeeping thing. My 8-year-old corrected me last night and reminded me that technically our kitten's full name is Crowley Figaro Beans Crocker because of his toe beans. So I do apologize to our cat. And, sure, let's get on with it. So, one of the things I really want to start doing, not just with this series, but in general, is giving more of a critique, that's a little bit more of the amateur version, of game design, particularly early elements of game design, either for indie devs, even big games who maybe have a smaller new team who's coming on. My qualifications are that I went to school for 1 year for game design, and then I dropped out. It was a particularly difficult time, and I do hope to go back and finish my career, but I did learn a lot in that year, and since then I have continued to develop that craft and continue to try to teach myself games, particularly tabletop games, and kind of just have a critical eye when it comes to game development, game design, and early intros, particularly tutorials, hidden tutorials for games. I think that that's where you can see a lot of not only the passion of a game, but also exactly what the elements of design that go into it are. And what I mean by that are not like the art style. I'm sure you guys know this. Game design is more than the art. It's more than the story. It's more than the world building you put in. It is how you utilize those to teach the player how to do what they're supposed to do and what they want to do within a game, no matter what your genre is, right? And I think that it's hard to do, particularly in crafting, farming games, especially ever since Stardew Valley came out. We have a bigger field, quite literally, when it comes to farming games to work with, but it's been done so well in a couple of really good standout games that it's hard to innovate and come up with new things. So the point of this is to really not only drive home points that make good game design real and tangible in the hands of a player, but also to educate young viewers, whether that be your late teens, early 20s, even if you just have a passing interest in game design or like video games, you should understand how functional, how relatable, how integral a game will be within just the first hidden tutorial or standard tutorial that it puts you through. And what I mean by that is you want a game that doesn't waste your time, a game that takes you seriously, and that caters both to kids and to adults. You want to have a game that you're able to have somebody sit down, unless it's a really heavy story game like Spiritfarer, then that's definitely much more of an adult oriented game just based on the story. However, the gameplay elements of it and the actual like farming loop and that part of it, that can be done by, a kid who's played a few video games before. So, let's go ahead, and I want to bring up my thoughts from episode 1, which are going to be really short, just a quick list of pros and cons, and then we will go ahead and get into it. So, I will try to show you my list, which is right here. We're going to go ahead and just start with the pros, the solar. I did solar and punked for the pros and cons. I thought that was kind of clever, but anyway, the aesthetics of the game are really beautiful. I do feel like I'm actually walking in a little rainy forest. Some things like the rain catcher really caught my eye. The well is really good. They feel really good. For some reason, they seem to be really good at the water elements, except for swimming in this game, even though it is a game about air travel. So, that's kind of interesting. But a second pro that I really thought is really good about this game as a whole is the idea, this is a key design element, okay? It's leading a player to understanding game elements and game loops without making it heavy-handed, because when we got to the point really early on with the raspberries, they were right there in the player's path right at the start. And then just after you pick up the raspberries, you go a couple more steps because you see something interesting, and you get this prompt almost immediately to run, to sprint. You try to do that, and it will immediately let you know that you are too hungry, or hungry, as I put in my notes apparently, to sprint, which then brings back to mind the raspberries that you just picked up a few minutes ago. This is an excellent example of leading the player to understanding the knowledge of how the game works, because if you just say, okay, you can go pick up some raspberries and then eat those raspberries because then you'll be able to sprint because you're not hungry anymore. Yeah, a player will get that, but is it really letting them feel integrated in the game? No, I don't think so. It also wouldn't feel very integrated in the game if you pick up the raspberries, ran a couple steps, and then were told, hey, sprint to run, and then you could run immediately. You go, 5 steps, and then suddenly you're hungry? I don't think that works as well. I think that's more of a letdown than I felt immediately trying to sprint and being told to eat the berries. But the last little bit is the cons. These are very minor, so they're all kind of lumped together, okay? Why are there so many clunky iron ores? These guys are just scattered crazily in this game, and it's kind of annoying in my opinion. Just because they really draw me out of the game. It's a pretty cute game. It's a good art style, but when you see these huge nodes that are just all clumped together, it doesn't feel good. But those stones, those rocks, those expertly blended, other resources, they feel great to play with. They feel great to mine. Actually, that's our next point. They don't feel good to mine. It doesn't feel good to chop trees. The animation and the weightiness of the animation is abysmal. I don't have another word for it. It's just abysmal. And I think that needs to be changed, because it feels better to miss with the axe than it does to hit the tree. That's a problem, in my opinion. I think you want the miss to not feel great, and I think you want the actual feeling of hitting the trunk of a tree to be pretty solid. Also, your hitbox on trees is very limited, in my opinion, and I would appreciate if that could be looked at. Moving on. Where's the floaty boat? The floaty boat? The you can't see it, but I'm pointing on my screen. The blimp, the thing in the sky that we're supposed to fly to these other islands with. I think that it is a poor choice to not include some element of a blimp, hot air balloon, immediately when you load in from the beginning. I understand it's a demo. I totally get that. But this demo is to show what your game is supposed to be like. I think that it would be really, really good if you showed the floaty boat that is on your title screen, okay, somewhere, somehow, as soon as the character opens their eyes. Think about it. You could wake up, you crack your eyes open, and then they're off in the distance is one of those blimps floating. Okay, that's super cool, right? You don't have to make it crashing. You don't have to make it morbid. Then, I guess the next suggestion isn't that much better, but you could have an escaped cover cloth, canvas cloth, for the blimp, just sitting in one of the trees tops when you wake up. Maybe you can't access it. It doesn't have to be something that's utilized. It's just, it would be really cool as you're waking up to kind of scan down that first little bit of trees and see a canvas cover and be like, oh, yeah, that's right. I get to fly a blimp.
A blimp.
In this game. And listen, I love blimps. I am all for air travel. I am honestly pretty upset. Pretty upset. That we've had some pretty big blimp explosions, because I think that they would have revolutionized air travel. But that's just me. So, the point of this is, put some visual element, even if it's like a basket, you know, right there by one of the little ponds on the first area, that just shows that is what this game is about. Give me floaty boaty. That would be great. Thank you. Alright, now let's get into the game. That was enough of an intro. I talked too long, but that's okay. Alright, load in. Hopefully it doesn't take me all the way back to the beginning. That would be really bad. Ooh, did I hit play demo or load save? I think I should be fine. Oh, I remember there was one thing I was going to do, and that was I was going to move this, because I realized that you guys cannot see, not the game element, cannot see the health and, yeah, there we go. The health and those designs. See, you don't need to see my letterbox opener, you know, letterbox. You don't need to see that. There we go. You can be over there. We can be over here. This is good. Okie doke. So we've built our well. I don't think we've got any rain in our rain catcher. Build and place the bed. That's right. I was waiting for more cotton. Oh, where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Joe? One more watering of... Oh, well, you seem not empty? Maybe yes empty? Okay. I may need to change the sensitivity level on this, but I do think it's nice that it's pretty easy to get a well. There was another gal that I was watching earlier today who was playing Pixel Mania.
Editing AJ for just pause. So the creator's name is Peyton's Corner. She is a lovely lass with about 51k subscribers, and you should totally go follow her. She does a ton of really cool farming gaming content, and she is she's a lot better to watch than me. She actually plays the game. She doesn't just sit there and yap about the boring game elements and design. I mean, she talks about like glitches and like problems and bugs and stuff, but she's not going to sit there and give you a 1 hour lecture about why the tutorial specifically isn't great. Also, this is the game that she was talking about. Right there. Yeah. Okay. See if you want it for yourself. Check out her video. The video itself is called I Played a Full Year of Pixelshire, and it was a mess. So you can gather probably what you need from the title. Okay, bye. Back to the video.
I don't remember. It was a farming, crafting pixel game where you're able to terraform in it. And one of the things that she found frustrating with that game, that I would find extremely frustrating, is that their water source is on the other side of the map for the first good chunk of the game. There is, I don't know why, there's not a good explanation for it. But it's a little ridiculous to have to run that far just to access water. And then getting the well, and then trying to get, then they had issues, the glitching of the well, and that was an issue. It just doesn't sound good. Whereas on this game, at least that stuff is clear. That stuff is smooth. You don't have to worry about, at least not that I've noticed any glitching when it comes to that. So, I guess my options are let my cotton grow, or, wow, tools break real quickly in this game. Really? I hit G. And everything tried to explode on me. I don't... seems a little ridiculous. Oh, I already... I needed the axe. I should have been more careful. That's okay. Well, alright. We need to find more cotton. Oh, we do need more sticks too, don't we? Yeah, like... It's really funny to me how there are certain elements you attribute to specific games because that's what you saw the first time. Oh, I'm gonna... Oh. None of this is good. None of this is good. Okay. I may have just found more cotton, though, which is... Alright. That was... Yeah, that was worth the risk. Not a risk I wanted to take, however... I still don't have an answer if anything respawns yet or not. It's pretty clear the cotton and, like, those farmable resources do. Stone and sticks on the ground also seem to. Don't know about trees and don't know about stones and don't know about iron. None of those actual node resources do we have an answer about yet. I'm not going to complain about the tinking. You guys already know how I feel. Is this... This is not mineable. No, that is not mineable. Okay, let's see. Raspberry, raspberry, raspberry. Should I maybe plant a few extra cotton seeds? I feel like just... Yeah, I feel like that'll be fine. Because I think we're good on raspberries. 6 seems... not excessive, but enough. Maybe it's just me, but I don't think we need the entire well animation. I know it feels realistic. I know it looks realistic. It's boring. Very boring. My ADHD brain needs a little bit more to it. I don't want to sit there staring at the bucket go down, bucket go up. I get it. I know how it's supposed to work. It's a video game. Alright, those look good. I don't need to till anymore. I shall, though, make an axe. There we go. Wow, that's gonna need some reorganization real quick. You can go there. You can go here. You can go here. Much better. Oh, my brain. Oh, gosh, yeah. Okay. I don't know. I'm all for the idea of always allowing there to be separate compartmentalization for crafting. It doesn't all need to be just one big inventory like Animal Crossing. Give us section space. Crafting. I should be able to make the bed here. Alright, so I need 7 more wood, 4 more cloth, and 1 more stick. Alright, so... with my 1 wood, I shall finish off the sticks I need. That's only 3 cloth. I'm definitely gonna need more. And then... axe? See what I mean? Okay, there we go. Okay. Yes, good. Alder sapling. See, I suppose that what I do is with this, it must be that the only way to get trees back is to replant them, let them grow, and then return to them at another time. I don't know if it's wise to do that in place of the trees that you've already done. It would, of course, be better for the environment. However, I don't know if you ever really find the same islands again. If you don't, there's no reason to do that. It'd just be a waste of resources and time. Alright, let's see. I think this is... Yeah, we have more than enough wood. It's still the cloth that is the problem. But I think we're, you know, in better shape than we were. So, let's see. Still would need more of those. I do have enough of that, though. That's nice. Alright, one more cloth. And I only need 8 wood. Then we can go ahead and make this beehive. A beehive that generates beeswax for candles. So, on that note, if I'm going to be flying around in a blimp, what's the point of making a base here? Is it even wise to make a base here? If I shouldn't make a base here, then... I don't know. Should I stop? Too empty to harvest. Well, you are next to my flowers. Well, I say flowers. Raspberries do technically, and cotton technically has flowers, but it's not the same. Still can't place that bed. It would be nice to go to sleep. Then I could wait out my cotton harvest. Oh, okay, okay. Alright. You know what? Let's see. Let's see. There was some cotton over here. Not all that long ago. Right? Up like on a little ridge. Yep, there's the chicken. Okay. Where did chicken go? Chicken. I still don't... I'm sure I could offer you some food and then you'd return with me. Have these respawned? I don't think they have. I wonder if sleeping in a bed might be required for respawn. That's potential. Come now. Some cotton would not be going amiss right now. We could definitely use some. At this point, it might already be grown. Oh, right. There was some up on this little ridge that I have no ability to access. Because it's like down and around and then up here. I can't get up there. But, oh well. It's not a problem. We'll figure it out. There are some little iron nodes hiding there, though. I could probably get those. I think I might just need to... Yeah, okay. Up and then drop down. That should be the way to do it. Oh no, I don't even have to drop down. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Iron ore. I'm now wondering if I should have maybe started some of the iron ore, even though I didn't have very much timber. Okay, yeah, more logs, probably a good plan. I see why they give you more saplings than Minecraft does now. Did I get anything? Yeah, okay. Just a very solid kathunk. And that sounds better than the mining, I have to be honest with you. Clay. What if I put clay in here? Okay. And then that'll give me what, like brick maybe? I'll totally put you in there. Yep, that'll work. Ha ha ha! There you are. You are done. Excellent. Now, I should have plenty enough to make enough. Yeah. Perfect.
Can I show you a trick?
Not right now. I love you. Bye.
Can I say hi to all the fans?
What?
Can I say hi to all the fans?
You're the fan, bud.
There's other people watching,
Okay.
and they liked it.
Okay.
I know.
Thanks, bud. I appreciate it.
Welcome.
I love you. Bye. Alright, well, I appreciated that little interruption. Hello, fans from my son, if any of you are out there. I wish there was an easy way to put these away. Wouldn't that be nice? Then I wouldn't have to hunt for each of these. Let's see. Oh yeah, we didn't really get very many leaves, did we? And now I don't think I can make the bed because I don't think I have enough sticks. Maybe I just chop some more down and then convert it. I feel like that's seems to be the easiest. I don't need to go hunting for all of those sticks on the floor again. It's better to look up and enjoy the beautiful scenery as opposed to down and hope for, oh, a stick. Alrighty. Thank you for the sticks. Let's go ahead and process a couple of these. There. Now we've got enough there, and now we can make the bed. Excellent. Perfect. Now we can sleep. But, build and place a bed must be placed under a roof. Can I make a roof? I don't think I can make a roof yet. Build the build hammer. The build hammer. That must be what I need. Okay, so craft a build hammer. Build and place a bed. It does not, in any way, shape, or form, explain to you that what you are meant to probably do. Let's see if my theory is correct, if I can make a build hammer. Okay, build hammer. Let's go ahead and craft that. Now let's put this here into our intrepid young hero's hands and open the build menu. Craft a build hammer. Okay, this is one of those instances where it's too much of that same step. You need to at least say, okay, you need to just explain. Can't be placed. I'm not placing anything on air. Foundation too low, increase in foundation height. Hold T and move mouse. Ah-ha-ha. Okay. But listen. If you're making Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to go quiet there. This feels like it's meant to be more of a hardcore crafting, or sorry, base building than I thought it was going to be, which isn't a bad thing. I don't have anything against that. It's just that when you introduce it like this, you are opening yourself up to problems. Not because people are going to want to give you problems, but because that is simply what will happen with this. That looks fine. The element that you're inviting here is, okay, so you're going to give us the first format, which is fine. Okay, do this thing, run over this and pick up X, Y, and Z, and you'll be rewarded, and then you'll be able to learn a new element of the game, whether it be sprinting or building. Here, they could have just said, craft a build hammer, use the build hammer to craft a roof, build and place a bed. That's how that should have gone. That is, you gotta make sure that you understand that you have the ability to open up and utilize the build hammer in a way that no other tool is being used. I am going to get off my soapbox right now. I think you all understand, but one time is clever. The second time feels like you don't know how to do anything. Look! A floaty boaty! Okay, well, I am thrilled to see that. I did not think I was going to see a floaty boaty. Did I just miss that? Have I been blind this entire time? If so, I am so sad about that. I found a floaty boaty. If it's been there this whole time, I'm sad. I apologize, but I definitely don't remember seeing that in the intro. Maybe it's getting closer? It almost looks like it's getting closer. I'm not gonna say that it is, though. Wow. We're certainly getting a little sparse up here. I do like that you don't have to just build within a certain zone. Kinda cool. Too thirsty to sprint. Okay, so I can also drink water, I assume. Oh, yeah. Well, I see that now. I should probably go do that before I die. It's kind of flashing at me. Just a little bit. Probably should eat. Probably should drink. Alright, put that away, put that away, put that away. Now we've got some... There we go. E. Yes, take your 2 seconds to go down and up. Now drink the water. Hello? What? Can I fill it up with this? Hold on. If this works, it doesn't. I was gonna be pretty proud of that. So how am I supposed to drink the water then? Maybe I just eat some raspberries and that'll help my liquid go up? That would be kind of... I mean, technically works in nature. Oh! Yep, look at that. Okay. Berries are definitely going to be more vital than I had thought. That's fine. Wow, that fly sound, or bee sound, is incredibly realistic. Well, it's realistic to flies, not so much bees, in my opinion. Harvest? Cool. Probably should fill this up, though. Yeah, there's not going to be enough in that. I think this game is meant to be very kind of chill, relaxing, like most farming cozy games is, but it has more of a survival exploration vibe to it that makes it feel like you have to go fast-paced. I don't think danger is lurking around any corner, but I don't really know. Alright, there's a brick. Here's some iron. Let's swap these two, shall we? Let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna futz with my wood just a bit more. That sounded wrong. What I mean is, I'm going to build more of this. 1, 2, 3. Can we speed this? I don't think we can, but we can do our best. Should I make it double? No, it's tall enough. These walls are honestly solid. Solid walls. Okay. Do I want my door on this side or on this side? I think we're going to have the wall there, which means that we will build our door. I don't have any glass. I assume that I need sand for glass. Let me make the roof. Let me make the roof so I can make my bed. That sounds like a really good plan. I think we'll finish up the house, set up the bed. I know doesn't feel like a lot of progress, but it does feel like we did get some stuff figured out and kind of cleared up. The brick, I think, is going to make some really nice houses later down the road. So let's go ahead and get a roof here. Roof and piece. Yeah. Okay. Must snap to another building, but this is a building, sir. Maybe it's not enough of a building? Do I put the flat roof down and then build atop the flat roof? Sure. Oh, well. I need more wood, yet again. This should just be called Wood Shopping Simulator, I suppose. Certainly not Solar Blimp Building Simulator. It's okay, we'll get to it. I'm building a nice-ish house to make things go so much faster. Faster. That's what I'm doing. Faster. This is for speed and efficiency. Efficient speeds. Those trees over there look kind of different. I kind of want to go over there to those trees. Ah, hello. I am sure in for a treat when these things fall. Anyway, that was a very dumb joke. Let's see. I need the sand. The sand is here. The sand is there, because the sand will become the glass, and then the glass... Can I burn leaves? Ho ho ho! Score. Alright, let's see. Let's see. What can we make next? Okay. I've done that. How much do I need to make... More beeswax. And stone? Really? Why stone? Seems a little... Maybe the stone is like... How they're setting it? Maybe? I don't know. Don't ask me questions I don't know the answer to. I am excited for that dormer, though. I think that's going to be real cute over top my front. Now, listen, I do build a lot in The Sims. However, I actually think that roof manipulation in The Sims is easier than a lot of people complain about. And I'm not dissing on anybody who complains about Sims roofing, because it's rough. I know it's not nice. Trust me. I deal with it. But that's just the thing. It could be way worse. So I don't know why you guys in the Sims community think that roofing is, like, gonna have some revolutionary new way to do it. I don't think it's gonna get any better than it already is. And I know it's not great, but we make do? Sorry, I know that doesn't sound great. Do I want the two little side dormers? Do I want the one just over top? I guess the two right there is not that bad. It is kind of like more definitely facade style, so yeah, I would really like this. I don't know if that's gonna work. Oh my god, wait, is that for... That is for literally every single little section. No, I don't want that. Hey, you guys remember when I said that it would be such a great idea to just make the house. Just cute little make the house. I'm regretting. Because I can't jump up there. How am I going to make, like, this, like, that part of the house? Can I make stairs? Is there a platform I could build? Maybe I could just totally use a foundation, couldn't I? If this works. See, okay. Oh, I'm holding R. I feel like that's the problem right there. Okay. I think that if I can jump on this, yes, no. No. And I have to put an axe on to demolish this. Okay. That's cool. And I got 1 wood back. Not even 2. Just 1. You know, it's fine. It's fine. Now we're gonna put my little bed in, and it's gonna be super cute. Maybe? I don't think we need, like, maybe we just leave a little bit of space. Not like a lot, just a little bit. Just in case anybody wants to get on that side. As in me. I'm not gonna fit. But, oh, wait, set spawn? Oh, cool. Alright, new spawn set. Perfect. Wow, very Minecraft-esque in that regard. I love that sound. It perfectly matches today because it's actually, like, super rainy outside, and it's not like heavy storms, but heavy rain. Very heavy, cold rain. Also, I totally tried to do my nails. It's really hard to tell. They look pretty horrible, actually. I tried to do like a moon phases thing. So this was the waxing moon, and this was the waning moon. But
it didn't go well. Like at all.
So, oh, but I do have these super cute earrings that I'm totally gonna have to just like take off to show you. I didn't make the actual skull part, but I definitely like redesigned it and then put the crystal and all of that, and then here's the other side. I adore it! So, I think we are going to sleep and call it a day here, mostly just because I am a little bit frustrated because I think there should be a little bit of a better way to finish that up, but I think our little house is kind of cute. We've got a bed, we've got our starting area, we have seen the floaty boat, that is very important, and I think that we are in really good shape for our next episode, which will be hopefully tomorrow. Should come out at the same time at 7, so I hope that you guys will join me then. Thanks so much. This is I am AJ as AJ, and come with me as I explore game design elements and do minor critiques about different things. Peace.
Hello, editing/outro AJ here. Please, if you have not checked out part 1, which was episode 1 of this series / of this playthrough of Solarpunk, I would highly encourage you to do that. I think that the video will probably be in this top corner, so click on that. If it's not in that one, it will be in this one, and if it's in the latter, it's because I wasn't able to figure out how to get it to this side of the screen. So, thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day. Okay, bye.